वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् आदौ देवकी देवगर्भजननं गोपीगृहे वर्धनम् मायापूतना जीवतापहरणम् गोवर्धनो धारणम् कंसादि छेदनं कौरवादिहननम् कुन्तीसुता पालनम् एतत् श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणकथितं श्रीकृष्णलीलामृतं श्रीभगवानुवाच अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् सदसत्परं पश्चादहं यदेतच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम् ऋतेऽर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषुच्चावचेष्वनु प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहम् एतावदेव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत्स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा करारविन्दे न पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटे शयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि श्रीकृष्णगोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव जिह्वे पिबस्वा मृतमे तदेव गोविन्द दामोदरमाधवेति विक्रेतु कामा किल गोपकन्यां मुरारिपादार्पितचित्तवृत्तिः तद्यादिकं नो हवशादवोचत् गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति गृहे गृहे गोपवधू कदम्बाः सर्वे मिलित्वा समवाप्ययोगम् पुण्यानि नामानि पठन्ति नित्यं गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति सुखं शयानां निलये निजेऽपि नामानि विष्णोः प्रवदन्ति मर्त्याः ते निश्चितं तन्मयतां व्रजन्ति गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति जिह्वे सदैवं भज सुन्दराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति सुखावसाने इदमेव सारं दुःखावसाने इदमेव ज्ञेयं देहावसाने इदमेव जाप्यं गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति श्रीकृष्णराधा वरगोकुलेश गोपाळगोवर्धननाथ विष्णो जिह्वे पिबस्वा मृतमे तदेव गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति जन्मान्ध्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि सत्यं परं धीमहि सत्यं परं धीमहि. Okay, so we started the Canto-6 and we started Chapter 1 and the story of AJamil. With regards to that description of Narak and everything, Shukdev ji narrates the story about AJamil. So, that we have started from last week. But first, you just write it down, few verses, and then we will carry on. Okay, right. So we'll be writing verse 22. Verse 22. He adopted for the support of himself he adopted for the support of himself and his family such heinous means as highway robbery, comma, gambling, comma, cheating, comma, and the like, comma, means as highway robbery, comma, gambling, comma, cheating, comma, stealing, and the like, comma, and lived a life of corruption and of cruelty to living beings. And of cruelty to living beings. Full stop. That was verse 22. Please check. He adopted the support of himself and his family such heinous means as highway robbery, comma, gambling, comma, cheating, comma, stealing, and the like, comma, and lived a life of corruption and of cruelty to living beings. Full stop. Now you will be writing verse 23. Absorbed in fondling the children, of that woman, comma, he spent a major part of his life until he was 88. Until he was 88. Full stop. That was verse 23. Please check. Absorbed in fondling the children of that woman, comma, he spent a major part of his life until he was 88. Full stop. Now we'll be writing verse 24. The old man had 10 sons. The old man had 10 sons, comma, of whom Narayan, Narayana, of whom Narayana, comma, the youngest, comma, was very dear to his parents. Was very dear to his parent. Full stop. Please check the verse 24. The old man had 10 sons, comma, of whom Narayana, comma, the youngest, comma, was very dear to his parents. Full stop. Now you'll be writing verse 25. The most joyous occupation for that old man was to watch the pranks of that sweetly prattling child.
Now playing by Child by 62 Shloka on Apple Music. You can always ask me to switch to a different app.
To watch the pranks of that sweetly prattling child, comma, to whom he was so deeply attached. To whom he was so deeply attached. Please check the verse. The most joyous occupation for that old man to watch the pranks of that sweetly prattling child, comma, to whom he was so deeply attached. So, this was from the last week. Okay. Now let's try to understand more about that Brahman named AJamil. Okay. As we have seen that AJamil was so attached to his youngest child, and the Narayan, whose name is and was Narayan. He was so attached, so for him the whole world is that small child named Narayan. Whatever he eats, he will give to Narayan. Whatever he drinks, he will give to Narayan. And he was so involved with this child in this kind of activities, be it routine or day-to-day activity, he could not even realize the death is there. As we have seen, he was 88, okay? He could not realize that death is there. Or the poor man, the poor old man, passing his life. Okay? But simultaneously, the death was knocking the door. what, what, what we normally say? Killing the time. No, time killing you. Killing the time. No. So, he was keep on thinking about Narayan only. And one day, surprisingly, he saw that three messengers of Yama, the god of death, are there to fetch him. Three. And they were looking so dangerous. Okay. When he saw this, three messengers of Yama, that particular time, the small child Narayan was just playing somewhere. So basically that child Narayan was not within his reach, or not within his contact of eyes. The moment he saw these three messengers, he was scared. All of a sudden, he gave a shout to his child, Narayan, 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 where are you? Now, what happened? The attendants of Bhagwan Vishnu, those are known as Parshad, Vishnu's Parshads, okay, were moving around. And they heard and watched this. This poor old man, at the time of death, he is remembering our Narayan, our Bhagwan. He is singing the glory of Bhagwan Narayan. So, the attendants of Vishnu Bhagwan just rushed to him. And what did they see? They saw that the Yamadut, the messengers of Yam, were literally dragging this old man, AJamil. Okay? Right. Let's start writing again. You'll be writing verse 26. Feeding the child along with himself, feeding the child along with himself, comma, making him eat and drink with himself, making him eat and drink with himself, comma, that foolish man failed to notice the approach of the god of death. The approach of the god of death, comma, completely dominated as he was by his attachment to the child, full stop.
It's 20 hours.
Please check the verse 26. Feeding the child along with himself, making him eat and drink with himself, comma, the foolish man failed to notice the approach of the god of death, comma, completely dominated as he was by his attachment to the child, full stop. Right. Now we'll be writing verse 27. While spending his time thus, while spending his time thus, comma, his last days approached. His last days approached. Full stop. Still that man of little understanding. Still that man of little understanding continued to bestow his whole mind continued to bestow his whole mind on his child Narayan. On his child Narayan. Full stop. Please check verse 27. While spending his time thus, comma, his last days approached, full stop. Still that man of little understanding continued to bestow his whole mind on his child Narayan. Now I will be writing verse 28 and 29 together. When the time of death came, comma, when the time of death came, comma, he saw before him three fierce beings. Three fierce beings, comma, the emissaries of Yama, emissary, Emissaries, the emissaries of Yama, comma, with curved faces, and with erect hair, and with ropes in hand. And with ropes in hand, comma, come to fetch him, full stop. Come to fetch him, full stop. On seeing them, he was struck with fear. He was struck with fear, comma, and cried aloud, to his boy Narayana, comma, who was playing at some distance away from there, full stop. Please check verse 28 and 29. When the time of death came, he saw before him 3 fierce beings, comma, the emissaries of Yama, comma, with curved faces and with erect hair, and with ropes in hand, comma, come to fetch him, full stop. On seeing them, he was struck with fear, comma, and cried aloud to his boy Narayana, comma, who was playing at some distance away from there, full stop. Now you'll be writing verse 30. Hearing the dying man's cry, comma, invoking the sacred name of Shree Hari, comma, the emissaries of Mahavishnu, hurried to his side. Full stop. Please check verse 30. Hearing the dying man's cry, comma, invoking the sacred name of Sri Hari, comma, the emissaries of Mahavishnu hurried to his side, full stop. Now you'll be writing verse 31. These emissaries of Vishnu forcibly disengaged The attendants of Yama. The attendants of Yama, comma, who were already pulling out the soul from the heart, the soul from the heart of that degenerate servant mates paramour, Paramour, servant mates paramour, Paramour. Please check the verse 31 again. These emissaries these emissaries of Vishnu forcibly disengaged the attendants of Yama, comma, who were already pulling out the soul from the heart of the degenerate servant maid's paramour. Full stop. Okay. So, we're going to conclude today's class. Okay. Whatever you like, credit goes to the scripture, the saint, the great man. Whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, absolutely nothing belongs to me. Our main reference book in English, Swami Tapasyanandji from Ramakrishna order, and in Gujarati, Krishna Sankar Sastri ji. Canto-6 Chapter 10 verse 38. Vahani gunanukathane shravanau kathayam hastau cha karmasu manas tava padayornah smrutyam shirastava nivasa jagat praname drashtihi satam darshanestu bhavattanuna vasudevasutan devam kamsachanuramardhanam devake paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Lakshminarayan Bhagwan ki jai.